Okay, so this is a very momentous situation, guys. I'm actually uploading after 2 weeks of my previous upload. Yes, it's not after a month, it's after 2 weeks. So yeah, this is quite a big situation, you know? I want you to light candles or something. Make this special because this is the first time I've done this. It's a completely new thing for me. Also, yes, thank you for the new subscribers. I think I've gained 4 subs in like the past 2 months. And I really like that. That's actually a really good. I appreciate it basically because I like seeing a number change every single time I open my YouTube account. That's a really nice change. And with that, actually, it reminds me I'm trying to get to 30 subs by the end of February. So if you're watching this and you're new, please do consider subscribing. It makes me very happy, and it actually helps the channel out a lot because it motivates me that people are actually enjoying my content and I'm not doing this for waste. Okay, so now all of that is gone aside. So today we're gonna be talking about a tweet that Dream made, I think like yesterday. That I found was completely stupid. So I'll just read this tweet out for you guys. So the tweet reads, with 16 million subscribers, that's 1 out of every 480 people in the world that are subscribed. There's bound to be thousands of terrible people, but there's also bound to be millions of great ones. If you're looking for hate or disgusting stuff, you'll find it. Stop looking. Okay, so you see the problem that I have with this here is he never tells them to stop drawing it. He just tells us to stop looking for it, which I find is completely stupid because he's fully aware that there is naughty pictures of him and his friends, who some of which are minors. There's naughty arts, naughty drawings of them doing inappropriate stuff that would get you expelled from school if you ever talked about it. But he's fully aware of that type of stuff. But he just tells us to stop looking for it instead of telling them to stop drawing it. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, it won't make an impact on it. It might, you don't really know. It might. And secondly, why wouldn't he say that? No, what? Who would it hurt? If he just went out there and said that I'm not comfortable with this, or I'm not okay with this, or just at least you guys need to stop doing this, that would make him look like a way better person. Way more mature, more responsible human being. Even his 16-year-old friend, he just told these people that he's not comfortable with this because he's a minor, and he keeps seeing this stuff of him, these drawings of him in places. I don't know how to properly describe it, but he keeps seeing them there and he feels uncomfortable with it. But Dream, on the other hand, doesn't any show any signs of it. He doesn't talk about it. He just like lets it hang around. He's okay with this stuff. That's the sign that he's giving off. Because if he just went out there and said in his tweet, he would just say that I know there's a lot of disgusting and dirty stuff involving me and my friends, and I don't feel comfortable with this, and I don't like this, and I don't condone this sort of behavior. But these people will clearly not stop. So if you ever stumble upon art like this, don't retweet it, don't share it, just block and ignore. If you had said something like this, it would have made this whole situation, like the whole tweet, way better, and made him look like a way more respectable and a more responsible human being, rather than just telling us to stop looking for it. I mean, if he had mashed that in with him saying that he doesn't condone this type of behavior, it would have made him at least a decently responsible human being, rather than just telling us, showing us a sign that he's indirectly supporting them by telling us to stop looking for this stuff, whilst being fully aware that they are available. There was also a part 2 of this tweet that I will just read right now, and I'll discuss that. People will go out of their way and spread gore or NSFW stuff from a tweet with 5 likes to show how bad it is, and spread it 10,000 times more than the gross person who made it in the first place. Dude, they're spreading these pictures to spread awareness and to show you the terrible stuff present in your community, in your fan base, so that you try and address the situation and maybe even try and stop this thing, or just tell these people to stop doing this, rather than actively trying to protect them or something. I don't know, man, because your community is filled with people like these, so it's obvious that others will try and spread it around to show these people, or to show others that this is the bad people. So just if you look at this, don't just block it, block and report or something, But this man just was like, oh, they're trying to make my community look bad, ignore the problem. Um, I'm not gonna solve it. They're not trying to bring you down or your community down, which, I mean, frankly, it's already, very bad light because of all the toxic stands of all the pedophiles and some psychopaths here and there. It's not really a good look already, man. It's not sharing the limelight, that of the best fan base ever. It's pretty bad. It's like being compared to K-pop stans right now. So you know that it's already in the trash, but you have at least try and salvage the good parts of it and come out and actively try and stop these people. If you can't do that, just tell them to, stop spreading pictures of me in weird NSFW ways or styles. And that's it, Some very few steps. But instead, you just decided to go out the terrible route and just tell people to ignore the problem. That's not a good plan. Let's just keep it real here. It's just similar to a police officer telling people to ignore the reports of domestic violence coming from a house. If for example there's a house there that is known to have domestic violence, it's no reports. There's been evidence of that, but the police, instead of acting on it, just tells people to ignore the abuse or the domestic violence. It doesn't give it a good look. It doesn't look good, nice in the eyes of anyone. It's like the police constable who just doesn't even say that he likes it or hates it or is a sad thing. He just tells them, we know there's reports of domestic violence coming from this house, but we just chose to ignore it, and you should too, because our city will look bad. This is how it is. It is obvious. It's absurd, man. It's absurd, and frankly, that disappoints me. Also, to all of you people who say that don't blame Dream for this, we're not blaming Dream. We're trying to hold him accountable for not having a proper control over his fan base. He should have just set some guidelines saying that he's not comfortable with joining NSFW art, or the shippings that going on because it ruins friendship. If he just said something like that, that would have been better. We would stop doing this. I'm disappointed, and I will leave it at that.